Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to a Q&A about the 30-day challenge for EVE Online. We've got several people joining us from Google Hangouts, and you're welcome to join us on the Hangout if you want. I posted all the information in the Skype group. And if not, you can watch on Twitch, or you're watching this on YouTube after it's happened. So, anyway, for those of you who don't know who are seeing this video for the first time, the EVE 30-day challenge is I'm going to spend 30 days in EVE and see how far I can get. And I'm going to play EVE Hardcore as my game for 30 days. And the people who are joining me here in some various form or another either are going to help out with that to help to make the experience of all of us noobs better, or they are noobs just like me and you. So welcome, guys. I see here we've got Jan, who's known as CCC on the Skype group. We've got Jay, who's joined us before, I think. Yeah, we got Jeff O'Malley with kids bouncing around in the back of his car. When he comes on camera, you'll see that he's in his car. Let's see here. We got myself. We've got Thor, and we've got Thomas and Wesley, and then Griffin has just joined us. So anyone can join this. This is open to the public, and so. What I want to accomplish today is to let you guys know the information that we have figured out so far, and then to answer questions, just a Q&A for however long is needed on other things that are on your mind that are important to you for knowing what whether or not this is going to work for you, or how to get set up, all of that stuff. So here's what I do know. I do know that Brian has provided us with a 500-person TeamSpeak server, which is pretty incredible. And we're still working on the setup of that. We'll have access for everyone. We'll post it in the Skype group, and we'll have access for everyone no later than Friday morning. And we'll be able to use that, and then we're going to create. Here's another thing that I know about the TeamSpeak server is that we are going to create multiple groups in there, and these groups are going to be things like there's going to be kind of an open, just general chat area. There's going to be a live show area, and then there's going to be several other little group areas like, and I'm just giving some examples. I'm getting some help with making these categories because I actually don't know what categories all make sense, but like shipbuilding, mining, PvP, some other groups like that where we'll have people who are experts in the game or very well versed in the game that will be hanging out in there, as opposed to and then if you want to get more information, talk to someone about that. Hopefully there'll be someone in there. At the very least, there'll be several other noobs in there, and you guys can share what you know. So that's for the communication front. Now I assume that we're also going to use a we're going to use the in-game voice a bit as well, I imagine. But I don't know how that's all going to work out yet until we're in the game. So here's what I'm doing for character creation, which I know a lot of you are asking about, which is that I'll be creating my character on Friday. I'm going to be using one of the Minmatar packs that are on the Marky Dragon website. And they're the same thing as what we'll be giving away. Now, there's been a little bit of confusion about these codes that I said that were given away. What I'm doing is we're giving away one an hour We're not, and it'd be just someone who's watching the live stream. It's not that everybody who participates actually gets one. And so there's a little bit of confusion on that, but we will be giving, have enough that we'll give away one an hour. And then also I understand that Somer Blink is going to be giving me some stuff to give away. They're Eve lotteries. People can walk out of there with a whole ship of high value and stuff through the lotteries. So that could be interesting. Beyond that, the schedule is going to be it's going to be Saturdays, and this is East Coast time. And so what I'll do is I'll be posting this so that you can all see and convert it into your time zones. But it'll be East Coast time, 8 a.m. to around 4 p.m. And so 8 a.m. would be, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. on in the UK, in London, and it'll be 5 a.m. Pacific time. So you guys in Pacific are gonna maybe have to be early birds. So then Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from noon until 8, or noon until 4. My apologies, noon until 4 on those days. I'm going to be taking Sundays and Thursdays off, and because of that, we're going to run for 5 weeks total. Guys got to have a day off or two. So, okay, now I do see some people in chat saying that the Hangout is full. Yes, I apologize. It may be full, and that's why we're running this on Twitch as well. I actually don't know whether or not, if the Hangout is full, that you just can't join, or you just have to be a spectator. So somebody can let me know on that. And then I think that is everything that I know for sure right now. So you guys who are here in the Hangout, feel free to voice what you have to say, what's on your mind, and everything. And then those of you who are on Twitch, type it out, I guess. And one more thing that I thought of, which is the corporation. We're going to be joining the corporation Air Hogs, and that is D. Ruiz's corp in the game. I think that they have, I don't know, 1,100 or 1,500 man capacity in their corporation, and they are working together as a corp to help support us. And I think it's going to be really great. So, okay, that's it. My long-windedness. You guys who are here on Google Plus in the Hangout, what's on your mind?
What's going on, everybody? Chris here. Looking forward to playing with all of you guys. I guess the main thing that I have on my mind right now is the fact that I'm a completely new Eve player, completely new. And I was looking over a lot of the stuff, and it just seems like there's just an incredible amount of information that's on this game that we have to absorb, and I'm just really trying to find the best possible way to do that within 30 days. It looks like it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so absorbing all this information within 30 days is not going to happen. So we just have... Yeah, we just all have to know that we're just going to do 30 days. 30 days is just a stepping stone. It is our beginning into the game. Within 30 days, we should know... oh, yeah, I'm sorry. The guys on Hangout are a little bit quiet. Let me fix that. I forget that, that these programs mute my recording software. There, you guys are full now. Okay, so I'll repeat his question. The question is that it's very overwhelming, all of this information and everything that we've got coming up before we do the stuff, and how are we going to get all this in 30 days? And the answer is it's not going to happen. So we are going to hopefully have a lot of people with us that are very experienced, that will know different areas, and we're going to have, in the TeamSpeak server, we're going to have some areas in there where you'll be able to join and get information. I think it would be much better to talk to somebody in person rather than typing out whatnot. There will be other things too that we may put something up that will allow people who've got guides or links or something like that. I'm not sure, to be able to post those so that we can go to those. And in fact, I have one amazing video that I saw that I will be linking to in the YouTube version of this. That is the 10 things you need to know before entering EVE Online. And it was the best spent 15 minutes of my EVE research that I have done so far. And I think it's, you forget this guy's name, but anyway, I think will be a very good thing to see. And yeah, Scott, there we go, Scott Manley, Blacklister just posted on Twitch. So, okay, next question, if someone's got one.
Well, one thing you could potentially do is set up an in-game channel within EVE itself, and then you can put up a message of the day in that channel with like the links to the page you want to set up.
Yeah.
And one thing I would highly recommend that everyone do when they first get into EVE, because I've been playing since 06, is do the tutorial. I know it's boring. I know it's kind of like a lot of people are anti-tutorial, but do the tutorial, because if you don't do it, it's confusing. And it's a heck of a lot better than it used to be. They actually give you free ships and skill books and everything. So I mean, I highly recommend doing the tutorial.
You get free stuff by doing it?
Yeah, they give you your first couple of frigates. They give you a destroyer. They give you a bunch of different skill books. And you make just doing it, and it's a lot better than it used to be. Back when I started, you got like 80,000 skill points, and they showed you, how to undock and redock, and that was about it. And you had to figure out the game yourself. Now they teach you everything from probing to mining to mission running. It's well worth doing it.
How long is the tutorial, anyways?
It depends on how fast you are. I mean, I've seen people take a week to do it. I've seen people do it in 6 hours. I mean, it varies because it's not just like
there's 10 missions in each tutorial, but isn't there like six different tutorials?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure exactly how many there is because they've changed it since the last time I did it, but they got ones for the different paths. So you can take the miner path, the combat path. There's the exploration path, and they have different mission chains for each one. And then eventually it'll lead into the epic mission arc, which will take you all over New Eden. And, so, I mean, it kind of varies in how you want to do it. But I recommend at least taking the basic intro tutorial. And I don't know much about this Airhawks Corp. I've never heard of them. So, and I missed the last hangout, so...
Okay.
I don't know what they're involved with, but another thing I'd recommend is after this corp is done is maybe looking into EVE University. They've also got a really good wiki with information on how you can do everything in the game, from doing incursions to wormhole to massive fleet PvP.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a good plan. So I've put that down on my list. I'll be doing a video on Friday that's going to tell everybody everything they need to know. Well, I'm sure it won't include everything, but, I'm going to do my best. And so, top of my list, do tutorials. So, okay, and somebody else has asked me, they said they're not going to be able to start on Saturday. Can they still join us? Absolutely, yes. So, I will continue adding people to the Skype group as long as we're supporting EVE Online, which will be probably a very long time. And then this all will replay on YouTube, the whole gameplay and our I don't know, we may have some sort of daily commentary, daily talk or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but all of those will start playing on YouTube after the 30 days of play that we've recorded. So okay. So, D. Ruiz, you mentioned, let's see, you are the person in charge of the air hogs. Would that be correct?
Yes, it is.
And now, so this other gentleman, Wesley, he mentioned that you, that there was, a message of the day, or what have we got? You were telling me that we have something in the Eve forums once we're part of the corp.
Yeah, there's we've got a bunch of stuff that we do for our members that join us that stay. But I think we'll probably suspend most of those directives and stuff for this 30-day. One of the things that I ask is when these members do join that they just put a notation in the notes when they're joining the corp that they're part of the Marquee Dragon Eve Challenge. Because we do actively recruit, and we would do something different with normal people coming in than we would with this group. And that way we can just have an idea of who's coming in under those, because eventually a lot of these characters are probably not going to stay in Eve. People will drop out. So I'd like to have some kind of notation when they're joining that if they are inactive, we'll dump them as soon as this is over.
And
Yes,
okay.
we did. I kind of went off on a tangent. To answer your question, yes, we do have forums. There's not a lot of information on there, but some of the stuff that we do, that we have our guys trained for, is on those Eve forums. That's part of the Eve Gate.
Okay, so let me ask a question here. When I create my character on Friday, I know that I'm going to want to be a member of the Corporation Airhogs. How do I make that happen?
So when you first join, there's going to be okay. So the easiest way to do this is just type Airhogs in any of the chat boxes. Right-click Airhogs and link there's an option there that says somebody help me out. It says
Auto link.
Is it
Auto-link.
is there a
Auto-link.
possible way that one of us could actually just create a Fraps video, upload it to YouTube, so it's like a start tutorial straight away, so that it's just when you start your character, do
Good
this,
idea.
follow this video step for step. And then you'll be
Yeah,
in.
if somebody wants to make a video like that of how to join it, I'll be happy to include it with all the information.
That'd be awesome.
You should probably
That'd be
check
lovely.
YouTube first to see if there's already videos of that nature.
I was more thinking of doing it specific for the corp, so they wouldn't stray from the corp.
Yeah. So if somebody
Yeah,
wants to do that, just
I'm
send
sure
me.
if there was another video that was out there, it would be like joining some other corporation, and then we might have people join.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody wants to get that to me, a link to it on YouTube, or if it's a video file, I can just message me on Skype, and I can transfer it over Skype or give you a Dropbox or something like that. So, okay. So I'm just making some notes here.
Also, having an actual in-game channel outside of the corp would be good for the people who may not be joining the corporation but trying to help.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to deal with that 100%. I'm assuming that we will have some people who want to participate with this, that they're already in a corporation with their character. And so I don't know how all the politics of that work out and everything. But I do want to allow that to happen as much as possible. But at the same time, I don't know what the ramifications of that are. So,
Well, it varies. I mean, you end up having the corporation in your corporate history, and if you do end up playing the game for a very long time, when you go to join another corporation or alliance, they'll look at your corp history, and if you've been in a lot of different corporations, it can cause issues. Or then there's like people like me, like I'm a CEO of my own corporation, just interested in helping you guys out. So if I were to leave my corporation to join this corporation, I would have to like appoint someone as CEO in my absence and so on. So it can be a bit of a pain.
yeah,
But
I could see that.
Just having like a lot of corporations have public channels or whatever. You just when you get into the game, you can create a personal channel, title it whatever you want, and then I'd recommend that you do it, Marcus, since you're the one that's going to be leading it, and you'd be able to kick and ban and whatnot. You don't want to give someone too much control over it other than yourself, because there are a lot of trolls in Eve. But you just set up the channel so that people who aren't in the corporation would be able to be there if no one else was on.
I have one question. I can't remember who, but who's the head leader or something of our corporation?
the D. Ruiz guy, I believe.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Okay, sweet.
So, okay. Yeah, so, okay, let's see here. Who else has got anything on their mind?
I posted a video for you, Marky, on the creating a corporation in Eve. It's a generic video I found on not eBay, excuse me, YouTube.
Okay. So, okay, well, I'll take a look at that after we're done here. So, those of you who are here on Twitch, if you've got any questions, please do post them. And somebody's got an open mic. I can't see it though, which one it is. Okay, we'll definitely link to Scott O'Malley's Beginner's Guide. I see that it's been linked to in Twitch, and I recommend that you guys go watch that after we're done here. And I'll link to that here in the YouTube video. There'll be a link in the description to it. Okay. So it's shaping up that right now, let me look at how many people are actually made it into the Skype group. There's 111 sitting in there currently. Now I had a lot more people that expressed interest, but when I added them to the group, it was so noisy in there that they left. So, yeah, it's pretty hairy in there, to say the least. And but it says that there's a lot of interest, and there's way more interest in this than I ever imagined. So I think that is pretty cool. That this many people have an interest in the game. So, okay, let's see here. So, and we will be, okay, so Kayachu Eve says, a friendly tip is to cover up the left corner of my screen while live streaming so that I don't get stream sniped. I'm very familiar with that in War Z. I've been killed so many times in War Z from them figuring out my location. Let
me jump in there for a second.
Okay.
I don't think there's going to be any way that you can do this. Someone's going to know your character name. There's a way in the game that you can locate a character, and they'll know what system you're in or anyone else in the corp is in time. In addition to that, if we're going to be live streaming this, there's going to be comms coming over. I'm assuming that you're going to be broadcasting the comms, at least from the fleet.
Yes, I mean, we're going to be all saying, let's go to sector whatever or whatnot. So
I don't think there's any way to stop that. I don't think you have to hide your screen, because it's maybe you hide your screen at the beginning when we're setting up, but once we're in, anyone's going to be within 10 to 15 jumps of where we're at, and we're just going to be dealing with that all the time.
It's going to be constant warfare. You guys are all going to have to protect me.
Not to mention potential Griever war decks too. So
yeah,
300 bodyguards.
Yeah. This will be what is it when the famous person has all the people around them? Not the bodyguards.
With the Secret Service?
No, it's the entourage.
Yeah, the entourage. Galactic entourage.
Yeah. So okay, it'll be I'm just going to see what happens at first, and then I'll start covering things up as necessary. I think that's the way I'll take it. So, okay, and that does bring up that I actually have several of the people who are streamers who have asked to get in on this, and other YouTubers, and so there's going to be multiple people that are actually broadcasting this all the time, and so it could get quite interesting, and we'll be able to see all kinds of different people's views while we're doing it. So.
Also, another thing you might want to do is maybe contact CCP and let them know what you're doing, because who knows, they might take an interest.
they are well aware, and they are very interested, and they are watching. In fact, they could even be watching right now. I don't know. And so in fact, they gave me a whole bunch of stuff to give away, and so I will be giving that away during the live stream. And I'm looking forward to that because it's going to get a whole bunch more people into EVE Online, and I think that'll be fun.
Also, FanFest is taking place in about less than 10 days.
Yes.
The thing starts the 25th, and they have a lot of streaming on Twitch. And
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool, getting to watch that and see what's coming.
Yeah, well, who knows? We may end up being on their stream out there at the FanFest. A whole bunch of noobs playing. So yeah, I do know that that the FanFest is going on at the same time. I've had invites to that every year for the last 7 or 8 years, and I've never gone. I almost went one time. I bought plane tickets, but then I never made it to the plane. But that was an interesting time in my life.
Hey, Marky, there's an event that I think Friday and going through the weekend. It may last longer than that, but it's an event called Burn Jita, which is going to be happening. Which
I heard about that, but go ahead and tell us what that is and whether or not that'll have any impact on us.
I don't think it'll have an impact. I've already been searching out where we're going to be basing, and just to prevent any kind of hassle from that, we just won't be in the Jita area.
Okay.
Oh, what region of space are you guys operating on?
Decided that yet, but it's going to be someplace. It'll be someplace that we can get into nullsec pretty easy.
Okay. Okay, so.
Just hope it ain't Minmatar space.
Oh, by the way, the Minmatar starter packs that I have can be used by any race, and the ship can be used by any race that comes with it. Just for anyone who's wondering that. So, okay. Well, have we got any other questions here?
What if I'm thinking about, I don't know, buying it on Steam?
Uh-huh.
Would that conflict with anything on there?
No, you can get it wherever you want. Now, I've asked okay, so here's the deal. I play video games for a living, and I also do sales of video games. So, honestly, it's a good marriage of doing this together that helps promote our sales of EVE. That's part of it. And so now, am I going to ban anybody from doing anything if they get their stuff someplace else? Absolutely not. But if you need something and we've got it, I'd like it if you get it from me. So there's a whole bunch of people that have been posting links to the 21-day trials and stuff, and I actually asked them to not post those. So anyway, it's not a bannable thing or nothing like that, but this is if you buy it from our store, it directly helps support the video game coverage that I do, and so that's all.
Okay. Then I might buy it from you then.
Yeah, well, no, you can get it on Steam too. So Steam, of course, a lot of people like their games to be in Steam, and I don't know if you buy it, can you add it to Steam after you've bought it? I don't know.
Yeah, you could add it add a non-Steam game on there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, maybe that's the way to go. We also have trial accounts, and they're at the bottom of our EVE category at markydragon.com, and those trial accounts. Then, if you add a full account code to it, we have two types. We have a account code that's a Minmatar starter pack. It gives you a ship. It gives you several other items, including a 14-day cerebral accelerator. That accelerator, though, has to be used within the first 14 days of the character's existence. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And then we have a special one that was from Atari that is a commissioned officer's edition that gives you that cerebral accelerator, but it lasts for 30 days, and it can be added after the character's been created, and both of those will upgrade a trial account. So you can try the trials And then if you're still into it after 14 days or whatever, then you can put some money toward it. If you're not, if after 14 days we may see the whole corp shrink in half. I don't know.
For those of you, who haven't decided that they are going to pay for the game, it would be advisable not to start your trial until that Saturday, so you get the full 14 days in this group.
Yeah. So, but if you've already started it, some of you I already know, we're all excited and have already registered your accounts and already started. That's okay too. So if you're a few days old, hopping in there, then I'm not going to turn anybody away. So that's not what this is about. This is not about me having control over everybody. This is about us taking a journey and seeing whether or not we can figure out EVE Online. And hopefully by the end of it, we're like, this is a kick-ass game. I can't wait to play some more. So,
hey,
and then,
Marky, I saw comments there about the veteran players and ISK interfering with the new player experience. And so I wanted to be clear to address that kind of stuff. What I thought that we would do is, if we were doing fleet ops, that we would take care of those ships for those brand new players that couldn't afford them. But as far as anything else, I don't want me at your new character or anything else, so that you don't really experience the trials and the emotion of losing that first really nice ship that you grinded out the ISK for.
Well, here's my thoughts on that. My views have changed a little bit over time, just because the more I'm learning about the game and the greater scope of this. This adventure is not just about me. I mean, this is my adventure going through. I'm going to record it all, present it to everybody. And so I'm going to choose to try and play the game as somebody who's, for the most part, just able to afford the game time. And so I'll see how far I can get. Now, I probably won't turn away a gift of a ship if I'm struggling to get a ship and everything, and especially if I keep getting targeted and keep getting blown up. Then I'm not going to fly around in my escape pod everywhere.
Well, you always get a free noob ship.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I may be using a lot of noob ships, and so for others, there's a whole other side to this game as well, which is the whole ISK thing, where you can actually put real cash into converting it into ISK in the game, and you do that by buying game time, and then you convert it to Plex in the system, and then I believe that it's an auction or whatever, and it sells on there. You get the ISK, somebody else gets the game time, and so you're actually paying for their account time. So that they extend their subscription, and they had the extra ISK, and so they trade it to you for that. Is what happens, and we
call that the MasterCard Tengu.
Okay, yes. Well, I will probably try that at least once during this whole thing. Just like I'm not a big fan of gambling, but I'm going to try Somer Blink stuff. Especially since they're going to be sponsoring a lot of stuff with this, and so we'll just see. If you're playing and you want to go out and spend a hell of a lot of money so that you can get some badass ship, even though you're a noob, and fly it around, more power to you.
And get blown up in it.
Yes, and get blown up in it. Yes.
Trying to protect Mike.
Well, I'll tell you what, the greatest experience I've ever had in any game wasn't EVE. It was when I was a pretty new player. I got into my first Tech 2 ship, which was a Rook, and we were doing a gate camp, and one of my corp mates, like an idiot, warped his carrier down to the warp gate, or Stargate.
Oh, no.
And he got tackled, and then he panicked, and instead of hitting his smart bomb, which is a little area of effect weapon, because he had a little tackling frigate on him, which is a small little ship that usually smart bombs could kill. He hit his triage module, which in those days locked you in place for like 10 minutes. So I'm sitting here in my Rook, all of a sudden, everyone else jumps in. I've had this ship for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, ah, crap. So I warp down on top of him, and I'm ECM jamming everyone who's targeting him, trying to keep him alive until his triage module goes off. He's got his armor, shield, and structure repairs on me, and I'm watching my armor go, whoop, up and down and up and down, and my shield go up and down and up and down. I swear I almost had a stroke. I was like on such an adrenaline high. And you can only really get that from this game.
I've never experienced an adrenaline rush, fight or flight, in any other game than this.
Yeah.
This is just this game is totally unreal. And after it's over, you're like, how did that even happen?
Oh yeah, I lost that ship, but I saved my friend's carrier, and my hands were shaking for like a half hour afterwards, and I've never experienced that.
Sounds exciting.
How about an Arazu? An Arazu killing a 1 billion-esque Abaddon.
Wow, how'd you get the DPS with that one?
Didn't. The stupid idiot, I was basically hunting him. I got it on video as well. I start shooting him from 60 kilometers out. He's on a gate in Empire, and do you know what he put on? His officer smart bomb.
Okay.
Hello to everybody. Yep, bye. I actually popped the can that dropped as well because his courtmates came to save him, and they were just coming in onto grid in time, and I wasn't going to get to it because I was 60k out. So I popped the can with all loot in as well.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
And we could do this all day long.
Yeah. But I mean, the big thing is a lot of people, they come into the game and they think, oh, I lose this expensive ship. Oh, man, it sucks, and they want to rage quit. But the thing is that's the way EVE is. You don't fly what you can't afford to lose, and that's like the #1 rule of EVE. If you can't afford to replace that ship, and you're gonna get sore about losing it, then don't fly it. I mean, I've personally PvP'd in a Blackbird, which is a Tech 1 cruiser. I've been playing this game for 7 years, and I still go out in Tech 1 cruisers and do good in fights. So I mean, you don't always have to fly the big pimp faction ship with the spinners. You can fly a little cheap T1 ship and still be effective.
Well, I guarantee you that whoever's flying the most expensive ship is always primary.
Oh yeah, you're gonna die. I mean, I ran into that when I first joined some noob alliances, and I'm out there in a Curse, and everyone else is in Drakes. Guess who died first?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the thing is you accept the loss, and you get the satisfaction from knowing that you can do that to the guy who did it to you. Then when he comes in and he blows up your mining ship, that you could do that to him, or you can do it to someone else. It's a vicious freaking circle, but that's what EVE is. And, I started out as a Care Bear miner. I was scared of going into low sec, and finally I went out there and I realized, it's not that big of a deal, and it makes this game so much more enjoyable. And if you didn't lose that fancy ship, what would there be to strive for, to get a new one? Because you play like WoW, you get up to level 60, there's nothing to do. You've got all the fancy gear, you don't lose it, but in EVE, you get your fancy ship, you lose it, you get it again. That's the fun of EVE.
Marky, on the note of the tutorial video to get into the corp, it's sending across to you via Skype.
Is what?
It's come across to you via Skype, via Thorman. I sent it via chat.
Oh, the how to join the corp?
Yep.
Oh, you already made it and sent it?
I tried sending it 10 minutes ago.
Oh, well, obviously I'm not there on Skype at the moment. I'll look for that after we're done with this. So, okay. So, okay. Anything else? I think we're just talking about the good times in the game, and so.
I just got one question.
Real quick, Thor, did you actually put in some kind of comment about Marky
Yes.
Challenge?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, and so there was another person who just piped up.
Yeah, it's me, Jay.
Yeah.
Just wondered, being that you've had a bit of time to think about the game and about getting into it, is there anything that you've heard or seen that you're really looking forward to getting your teeth stuck into? Any aspect of the game you're kind of eyeballing?
Making it.
Well, I mean, I kind of think to myself, okay, so I'll probably do a bit of mining to earn some stuff or whatever, and I'll probably get into some PvP, but I don't know, you know, I don't know what I'm in for. And, you know, if I had any hopes for it, it'd be like I would hope that my experience getting into this and really doing something in it would be much like my experience was with Ultima Online, that it was kind of eye-opening and something totally new, and I couldn't get enough of it for several years. So,
Well, fingers crossed that'll be the case then.
yeah, we shall see. So tomorrow I'm going to do another hangout. It's going to start around noon my time, and that'll be for those who this time of day doesn't work out too well. And we'll just chat some more about what we all know and everything. And then Friday I'll do a final deal. We'll probably have D. Ruiz if he's available, and maybe one or two other people, and we'll just go over the final setup and what to expect on Saturday, and then we'll all go forth and make our characters. So,
Hey, Thor.
Hello.
Is that video you just made going to be like on the big Skype chat or group or whatever?
It's wherever Marky wants to put it. That's why I'm giving it to Marky so he can sort it out.
Alright,
Also, I didn't put any I didn't have
Yeah,
any
if I get it-
commentary on there.
if I get a
Okay.
copy of it, I'll include it in the Friday video, and then maybe if I can, I got to see what it is first, so to really know. So,
All right.
yeah.
Marky, I've got one more housekeeping thing. If,
Okay.
if anyone has some seasoned characters that have Wing Command 5, that would be helpful in setting this up. I'm going to have a fleet character that has Fleet Command 3, so I'll be able to fleet 150 at a time. But I'll have 3 members that can Wing 5. So if anybody has those guys, just shoot me a message on Rolas in Airhogs.
Okay. Okie dokie. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today and figuring some of this stuff out. I guess that's it until tomorrow. I'll be on the Skype group now, and we'll try and participate there a bit. And we're getting there. Saturday's coming up quick, and I'm looking forward to it. So, I'm gonna get my Eve baptism. Okay, so everybody on the Hangout, thank you very much. Take care. Okay, so, and then for those of you here on Skype and watching this on YouTube, I do look forward to you participating. If you haven't already messaged me on Skype asking to be added to the Eve group, please do. I will add you. We'll continue adding people even after this event has started, in case you're watching this video even after we've started, and we shall have a great time. Thank you for joining, everybody, and take care.